So, you wanna buy an amp model in Pedalboard and you are not sure if to buy the Line 6 Helix or the Fractal FM3? You want to better know their main characteristics and the main differences between these two units? Well, I think that this video is gonna help you. Let's start! Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a direct comparison between the Line 6 Helix LT and the Fractal FM3. First of all, we will share a demo song hearing the two units in action, then we will compare the main characteristics of these two units with the help of a very detailed comparison chart, then we will hear more sounds in a dedicated section of this video, and finally I will give you my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, as it's gonna really help me to make more videos like this. Let's start with the demo song. We will now check the differences between the two units among the following parameters: number of amps, cabs and mics, third-party IRs management, patches and presets, number of effects and effect chain management, media availability, audio input and outputs, foot switches and expression pedal, screen size, looper, ADA conversion and USB channels available, special features, current, power, dimension, weight, price and availability. First of all, we have 83 amps and 39 cabs and 16 mics built in the Helix. The FM3 offers 277 amps, more than 2000 cab IRs with the possibility to have 2 cabs at once. Therefore, in my opinion, the FM3 offers way more amps and cabs. Both the units offer the possibility to load third-party IRs, and we have 128 user slots in the Helix and 1024 slots in the FM3. They both should offer the possibility to load 2048 sample points IRs even if the details about the FM3 are pretty scarce. In my opinion, the FM3 is better here because it does not only offer more IRs, but you can also load two IRs at once. You can properly set the phase of the two mics and you have many more parameters at your disposal. Furthermore, the Helix offers 1024 presets distributed in 8 sets of 32 banks, each of 4 patches, while the FM3 offers 512 presets with 8 scenes for each preset, where each scene is a specific combination of parameters of the signal chain. Therefore, they are unpaired in my opinion. As regards effects, the Helix has more than 200 effects distributed in 32 blocks and you can have 4 parallel sets of effects, while the FM3 offers more than 250 effects arranged in 57 blocks with 4 parallel paths of effects and a really rich variety of different effects, like for instance a multiband compressor or a talk box, that are pretty rare effects in these types of unit. For both of them you can use many effects simultaneously. I would say that the limit is your imagination and well, the DSP power. In this case, I would give a thumbs up to both of them as the variety of effects and combinations of them is really outstanding for both the units. Both have the same MIDI capabilities, then we have almost the same possibility as regards input and outputs, with the exception of the stereo unbalanced outputs that are available only in the Helix. The Helix has 12 foot switches and a built-in expression pedal, while the FM3 has 3 foot switches. The Helix has one more input for external switches or expression pedal and an out control out, while the FM3 has 2 inputs for external expression pedals. All in all, I would say that the Helix is better here. As regards the screen, I would say that they are on par, as they both offer a pretty nice and big colored screen. The Helix has a 30 seconds looper, while the FM3 has 120 seconds looper, so the FM3 is better. As regards ADA conversion and USB capabilities, the Helix has a 24-bit converters at 96 kHz with 123 dB of dynamic range, which is a pretty high value. The FM3 has a 24-bit 48 kHz converter with 114 dB of dynamic range. Furthermore, the Helix offers an A-in, A-out USB audio interface, while the FM3 has 4-in and 4-out USB channels. So, the Helix all in all is better here. As regards special features, I would mention the Variax connectivity and the AES EBU of the Helix, while among the FM3 special feature I would mention the synth available in the FM3 along with the simulation of microphone preamps, which is pretty cool. Here the FM3 offers more special features in my opinion. Then we have the power needs, where both the units have an internal PSU. It is a pity that neither of the two offer power out to feed external effects. As regards the dimension and weight, the FM3 is smaller and lighter. And finally the price, where the Helix is priced in dollar and the FM3 in euro. Here I would mention that the Helix is far more available in the stores than the FM3. For the FM3 you have to enter in a waiting list and wait in order to buy the FM3 few months. So I would say that the Helix is better because it's just more available. So finally, let's count the red and green thumbs. Suspense. We have 8 green and 6 reds for the Helix and 9 green and 5 reds for the FM3. So the FM3 is a tiny bit better. Obviously this is just a technical comparison without considering that each feature could have a different importance for you. And so for instance you can consider the Helix better just because it has more foot switches. But if you just algebraically sum the features according to my comparison chart, they are on par. Let's now hear some more sounds. Now, final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions and you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Let me give you a brief overview of the main, I would say, pros of each unit over the other. The Helix, of course, is more ready to be used live, as it has more foot switches and a built-in expression pedal. It also has a pretty clever audio interface with a higher number of audio channels and a better dynamic range. We are talking about 123 dB of dynamic range provided by the Helix against 114 dB of the FM3, which is a pretty big difference, and that is also surprising considering how much attention Fractal put in the quality of the signal chain. Then the Helix is packed with Line 6 effects, and if you are a fan of Line 6 effects, here you have everything you need. And last but not least, it's way more available in the stores. I mean, at the time of this video, in order to have the FM3, you have to put your name in a waiting list and to wait a few months. On the other hand, with the Helix, you can purchase it in whatever store you want and you're gonna have it at your home in few days. Now, the pros of the FM3. Well, the FM3 has way more amps and cabs and it is way more tweakable. I mean, you have parameters as the impedance curve of the speakers, you can choose the type of preamp to use with your mic, you can align the phase of the mics if you are using more than one of them. It has really an infinite amount of parameters. And lastly, I would mention the 12x4 matrix with which you can arrange amps and effects that for me is very intuitive and flexible. As regards the sound, well, it is hard for me to address this evaluation just considering the sound, but for sure the FM3 with its much higher tweakability can reach a pretty high level of realism. Even if you have to spend time to explore all the parameters it has and to understand their behaviors. So at the end, I would say that if you want a unit ready to play live, just go with Helix. If you are an amp nerd and you love to explore your gear and tweak it, and you also would like to be able to use all the amps you can imagine, let's go with the FM3. Well, currently I'm more on the nerdy side and I really love to explore amps, to tweak parameters and so on. So I'm a little bit more on the FM3 side. But now it's your turn and I'm really curious to hear from you your opinions. What are the most important selling points for you and which unit would you buy, the Helix or the FM3? Is the sound difference between these two units a key deciding factor for you? Please let me know your precious and valuable opinion in a comment below. Actually, I'm receiving a lot of comments in these type of videos and I think that they all can help us to choose the right unit according to our needs. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and leave a thumbs up. It would be of a great help, and of course you won't miss my future videos. If you're interested in my IRs, you can follow the link in the card above or description below. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video. Bye bye.